In today's economy, more people than ever are looking to buy and sell businesses. But how do you do it? Welcome to the Deal Board, presented by Transworld Business Advisors. Straight talk about real deals and real people. Listen to stories, interviews, and expert advice to help your business sale, merger, or acquisition process. Now, here are your business exit experts, Andy and Jessica.
Welcome back, everybody. Today, we have an exciting Deal Board episode talking about something we've been working on for a while and we haven't brought up on the podcast yet.
We've brought it up a little bit, but we're talking about our sponsorship of USA Pickleball, the hottest sport in America. I mean, this year we've had the Olympics and we've had an amazing Super Bowl. We've had a lot of things, but pickleball is on fire.
Oh, pickleball's on fire. I mean, if you talk to anyone and everyone, they're playing pickleball now. They're converting all the tennis courts, at least at my clubs, to pickleball courts. It's huge and growing. And our partnership with USA Pickleball has allowed us to really interact with local communities at local pickleball tournament events to connect us also with local business owners.
Yeah, in fact, we are going to be at the national event. We were there last year. We started right about that time in November of last year. But this year we have a lot more momentum, and so does USA Pickleball. And they are going to be in Mesa, Arizona, November 9th through 17th. We will be there with our folks. I think I'm going to get there, so I'm looking forward to that. Arizona in November sounds like good.
That's probably better than Arizona, better than
right now.
In August. Yeah.
Right. So it'll be a great event. And, you know, since we got involved with pickleball, a lot of our franchisees have been sending us connections and talking about their involvement in pickleball. In fact, Bill Kleinschrute in Alabama just won a tournament.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Congrats, Bill.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty athletic guy. He came from baseball. So I feel if he won gold, I think he did win gold, but for his age group. So congratulations to that. And of course, people like Vince Luisi from Cleveland Metro was out there, and he met the author of Pickleball is Life, the complete guide to feeding your obsession. And I have to say, I got to meet with the author. You're going to hear from her in a few seconds. She, Erin McHugh, is completely obsessed.
Yes, which is a lot of people are, right? A lot of people are. And I think it's great to bring Erin on and explain a little bit about pickleball, guiding their obsession, as she says. But, it's a different episode for us, but it's an important partnership. And we've found a really good community within pickleball, like we have with our business owners, which we were just talking. Community is so important in all kinds of business.
Yeah, community is really important. And some of the major investment bankers are sending their people out, not to the golf courses, but to the pickleball courts, like you said. And so, yes, a lot of cities are scrambling to build pickleball courts in their communities. There's a lot of controversy in building the pickleball courts. Sometimes right here in Fort Lauderdale, they're still fighting about it. But it's a game that everybody can play. I think that's what it's all about. I've played a few times. It's a lot of fun. I'm getting up there in age, but I think I'm pretty athletic. I think that's the problem. When you get out there on that pickleball court, your old athleticism, competitive juices start to flow, and the orthopedics get really happy, I think.
Yes, I know. Well, yeah, or not happy because they're not going to have as many clients, right?
Right.
So you had this great interview with Erin that we're really looking forward to. What were some of the highlights for the interview?
She just talks about how she got involved and how many people really some of the history of the game itself, and really how to get involved and how to play, and how it really is for all ages. So she's a breath of fresh air. She's a lot of fun, and it'll be a great interview to listen to.
Yeah, so it's a fun episode. Like always, we do have a deal of the week and a listing of the week to whet your appetite if you're looking for to buy or sell a business. But looking forward to this episode. It's a breath of fresh air for us.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Jessica, you know what time it is?
Money time?
Almost. It's time for listing of the week.
Hey, Andy, do you know what time it is? It's time for our deal of the week.
Deal of the week.
Sold.
Bonjour. Hello, everybody. Charles Daucourt here at Transworld Business Advisors, Richmond, Virginia. Happy to talk about the deal of the week. I was able to sell a kitchen and bath business in the Hampton Road with 3 locations. I walked into the store in September of last year. The seller was not ready to sell then. He called me back in January of this year and signed with me mid-January. It took about 8 months to sell the business. We sold the business for $2 million. We had 3 offers for this business. This business is doing $4 million in revenue, $600,000 in SDE, selling price $2 million. We selected the right buyer, local, very motivated buyers. The couple works for the government and also Navy veterans. Very, very excited to take over this opportunity and bring it to the next level. We did a mix and match of SBA loan and seller financing to secure this opportunity. Congratulations to the buyers and looking forward to see where you're going to bring this business. Quickly, I'd like to talk about a new listing, another exciting opportunity in the Hampton Roads, Virginia, an outdoor lighting business. It's a franchise. They own the territory. The seller is ready to enjoy life. He has a business who does about $1 million in revenue with an SDE of $320,000. Asking price is $850,000. Great deal. Let's feel free to bring some potential buyers. Thank you very much. Let's keep pushing. Let's open doors and let's close more deals.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. And we have a great interview for you because we've been talking at Transworld, and you might have seen it out there in some of our promotional things. We are back. We are getting involved in pickleball, and we are affiliated with USA Pickleball. We are a sponsor. We're going to tournaments. We're holding charity events. And I got introduced to what NPR called the evangelist of pickleball. So Erin McHugh, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Andy. Fine. Thanks so much for having me.
So Erin not only is the evangelist, but she wrote the book, and I have a copy right here. It's called Pickleball is Life. I assume it's available on Amazon and other things like that, Erin.
Yes, it's in bookstores everywhere, gift stores, online, wherever you can find a book, you'll find it.
Well, it's a great read, and I just got done reading it, and it was, I guess I liked it because, number one, it's pretty simple to read. It's fun. It covers a lot of ground, and it covers the history and kind of the ins and outs. So what made you write the book?
You know, I had gotten involved in pickleball, and then during COVID, like so many people, I think, I don't know if you've been playing that long, Andy. So many people found it saved them in so many ways, especially people who are living in pods with their grandparents and parents and kids and stuff. It was one way for them to get out and do something together and get some fresh air. And even in the days that were very, very early, where we didn't know, if we'd make it through the day, you'd go out there and play outdoors, and even in the cold. And I'd come back inside my house and I'd sit down and I'd think, oh my God, I have totally forgot for an hour and a half about, the dangers around me and the tragedy and everything. And so it was very helpful. And that's how pickleball took an exponential leap too, because it was, one of the very few things you could do. So I just got, I'm a writer by trade. I've written lots and lots of books, and I started to think I should write a book about pickleball. And when I did, which was the fall of 2021, it was at just the right point. It was really a tipping point. And so somebody, my publisher, HarperCollins, bought it right away. and then said, and step on it. We got to get this thing out here. And so that's how it happened. And it's been some fun ride, I can tell you.
Well, that's great. I mean, pickleball itself is fun, right? So the great thing about pickleball, it was invented in 1965, which I was invented in 1965. So it's been around for a while now, and it's about to be the 60th anniversary of pickleball, and it's come a long way from the days on Bainbridge Island in Washington. So tell us, what's your favorite part? I know you play often. Tell us about how often you play.
I was just saying to Andy as we met before you guys came along on the online that I play every day at least once, and I am 72. So it's good for you. It's good for. I get asked a lot to talk about mental health and wellness, and you get a lot of people thinking that it is a sport for your grandparents. But the truth is, and that's how it got a lot of its start down in the Sunshine States and in Florida, in places like the Villages in Florida, in places where people were living in condos and stuff like that. And there were a lot of courts around. And then those people started bringing it home in the winter and the summer and wherever they went, when they went to their not second home. And that started really spreading things around, so that now, although you may think that it is for older people, the average age of a pickleball player is around 35 and falling. Also, if you look around, you'll see parents with their kids playing all the time. It's become a real family sport. A lot of kids are taking lessons. I played with an 11-year-old girl the other day that just, knocked me over.
Well, the kids can certainly move around the court, and it's.
I
love it too. Yeah, I love it too because actually my wife's very athletic, but we're able to play together, and it's quote unquote, it can be a great team sport. Yeah. And when you're older, it's nice not to play singles because you don't have to move back and forth around the court as much. You certainly move. And so I think it's a great sport. And like you said, my staff here at Transworld were playing pickleball, and they were a bunch of 30-something-year-olds. And there was on the same court, every morning there were 70-year-olds. Yep. And they decided to mix it up and bring both groups together and mix and match.
Yeah, and it happens all the time. I'm playing in a league, as a matter of fact. And I was playing on Monday night, so later on. And I played with a woman the first week. And I said, well, what do you do, Alice? And she said, well, I just started medical school this week. And I realized I was playing with somebody who was 50 years younger than I am, Andy. So, that's the way it is. And it's inclusive. It just has people play, men and women play together without thinking twice. There's no only the boys are going to play together and the women are playing together. And you play with people of different ages all the time, which, to me is an important part of life, to have friends of different ages and different kinds of backgrounds and all those things. That's the inclusivity of pickleball, which is one of the things that socially makes it so great.
Yeah, and it is growing, and I think it is because of that social ability. And, while it sounds easy to play, there's a lot of rules that, I didn't even know. I was just reading your book, and I didn't realize that if I touch the net, even with my shirt, that's not allowed.
No, verboten. Yeah, that's one of the things that's a major part of the book, because the rules are nutty. And there's lots of them. I mean, really nutty rules, that, if you get, for example, one that I just caught somebody on the other day who's, a veteran player. If you're standing behind the baseline and you get hit with the ball before it bounces down on the ground, you lose the point. It doesn't matter. You could be in the grandstands. It doesn't matter. The ball is still live. So that was disappointing for them.
Yeah, I saw that too. If you catch the ball and you're out of, even though you're out of bounds and it looks like it's going to be way out, you should not touch the ball.
Don't touch the ball.
Yeah, so there's a lot of rules, but for the most part, I think pickleball. And so I've seen some serious pickleball players, guys, show up and ladies show up and they're ready to play and they're playing in those tournaments because again, we are sponsoring USA Pickleball and we're going to some of the Gold Key events and there are some serious pickleball players. But for the most part, it seems like people are there to have fun and it doesn't get too crazy.
You're right. It's a one of those ephemeral things about pickleball too, Andy. I think it's very competitive, but it's full of laughs.
Right.
So many people are missionaries like I am, and USA Pickleball, as you know, has an ambassadorship program for people who want to help out. I am always taking people out who have never played before. They say, "Well, I'm afraid, you're too good." No, come out. Let me take you out once or twice, teach you the rules. And I'm an advocate for Selkirk. So, I get people out all the time, tell them about the paddles. I teach pickleball, which is now in the curriculum, at a school for financially challenged girls, grades 5 through 8. So, this is something they can take with them. It's not an expensive sport. They can play in the park in the city. So it's important. And I have also, Andy, played in some of those tournaments. I played in New York last year. I found that the U.S. Open, which we all know has started today, that the New York City Open, which is now it just had its second year, was played at the Billie Jean King Stadium. And I had lived in New York for many years, and I thought, you know what? I would crawl home to Massachusetts if I could play one day on the outermost court. I don't care. I'll come home in shame. And I went, and so I started at the highest age level, 70 plus, the lowest skill level, 3.0. And guess what? I came home with a gold medal.
Nice.
So yeah, so then
Congratulations.
that made me, so then I got to go to nationals. I'll be going again to nationals this year. So, it's fun and it's competitive, but you want to go, you want to meet people, you want to always keep challenging yourself, no matter your age, of course.
Well, you brought up two things that I want to ask you about. So I have this paddle, this beautiful paddle that we got at the beginning of our pickleball journey here at Transworld.
Yeah.
And the first thing I went to a court and I realized that paddle's too small. Everybody else's paddle's bigger. So like if you're going to buy some stuff, what should you get? What's a good way to get started?
It's hard to say. I would say one thing I always say to people, look, if you think you're going to like it, like if have played tennis or badminton or you're somebody who likes sports, don't cheap out. I see, I have people coming to me all the time say, I got this great deal. I got 4 paddles and 2 balls for $69 on Amazon. And I think, what are you showing off about? How good could it be? So I always tell people, buy at least $100 paddle. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, you're going to be disappointed in 2 weeks. It's hard. As I say, I'm an advocate for Selkirk, so I've always got, 6, 10 paddles with me. And people tell me what they want. I want more of a power game. I need more. I need more bang to my buck. I'd like to have a nice dinking game. Just get it over the net, a nice soft game. And so, with what they tell me, I give them a few things to try. And Andy, like anything, you can read till you're blue in the face, but until you get a few in your hand and find what is good for you, that's you're not going to know for sure.
Well, I agree. That's the way to get out there. I mean, I do agree, but you should read the book. That's a great way to get started because it teaches you a lot of the rules. It talks exactly about this, all the different kinds of paddles out there and what you might want as far as it tells you that there's a difference between indoor balls and outdoor balls. There's a lot of things going on. It also tells you all the different ways you could dress when you go out there. But you're in Massachusetts, you said, right? So do you play year round?
I play year round. Sometimes you go out with more clothes than you practically have in your closet. But you go through, you take them off. I don't care. I mean, if I've got a shovel, I'm good playing outside. I am lucky enough to live somewhere where there are a bunch of indoor facilities. One out of an old discount store, another in a skating rink, and as you know, that's the kind of thing that's happening nowadays. And there's a lot of blowback, as everybody knows, about noise in neighborhoods and stuff like that. And I think what's going to happen is that towns are going to find that they're going to find a field somewhere where there's a lot of space, where there's not a lot of residents nearby, where they can put a parking lot or have people park on the grass. And that's the way it's going to be. Right now, it is, no one knows better than you because you're involved with this, as a company with Pickleball. It is the Wild West out there, and things change all the time. The professional teams, the rating systems, this and that is changing every day. So the people who are now trying to like shoehorn a court in their street are going to find, a lot of listen, if you go to your town hall and you tell them, haven't you got any parks and rec money? Because it's up to them to keep their customers and their citizens happy and healthy. So a lot of times they'll just, they'll help you out.
It's funny, we sell commercial real estate here also at Transworld, and there are some commercial properties being converted into indoor courts. In fact, our local university cut a deal with a pickleball company and have indoor courts. And yes, there is some pushback from a local neighborhood that is getting some pickleball courts because I guess it's pretty loud thinking back and forth all day. But like you said, it's the Wild West. So what do you see for the future of pickleball? What do you think? Where do you think we're going with this?
Well, as far as equipment is concerned, let's start with that. They're working hard to do softer paddles. There's something out now. The most prevalent one out now is called the Owl, and they say it cuts down on noise about 50%. There are also balls. Gamma makes a ball that is actually just a foam ball, and it's so quiet they call it the Librarian. But I'm telling you, when you hit it, it's a different game altogether. It just flies up into the air, So that's something that they're going to work on, that they're going to change. If they find a ball, obviously, that's quite enough. They don't have to reinvent the paddles.
Right.
So there's that. I mean, I think it's got to tone down as far as the different kind or consolidate the different kinds of professional organizations that there are. The way the contests and the tournaments are run is just, everyone's so trying to get in on the bandwagon right now. But, it makes it exciting, as you know.
Yeah. No, I think that's what's exciting. I saw a report that a major, and I don't want to quote the wrong company, but it might have been Goldman Sachs or it might have been one of the investment banking companies told their associates to get rid of their golf clubs and get some paddleball paddles to get out there.
Yeah. Well, it's
pickleball
fascinating. Speaking of, real estate, you will find that a lot of developers now, again, in the Sunshine States, who are building developments that would be a golf course and, 200 condos or townhouses or whatever, or homes, second homes, and the attendant club that goes with it, are now dumping the golf courses and adding pickleball courts because, again, you can put the pickleball courts far enough away from the residences, but also if they don't have a golf course, guess what? They have a lot more room to build houses, and it's not the ecological problem from the golf courses. So, so that is happening a lot right now. So every minute you turn around, you read something, it's something else.
Yeah. And well, I think that it is going to continue to grow. We're excited to be involved in it. I think again, it's a game for everyone. And what's good for us at Transworld is, we have 250 offices across the country and thousands of people. And, getting involved, say, with professional golf or professional tennis, there's not a lot of local events everywhere in the country. There are local events with pickleball everywhere. I mean, whether it's getting involved with schools, we did some donations to some local schools. We did a donation to a local children's charity where they could play pickleball, and now they have access to pickleball courts. I mean, everybody can get involved. And again, I think it's a good thing, especially as you said, in a country that, sometimes needs the band get together and have a common cause these days.
Well, and it's, again, not everybody can play golf or tennis that works for you across the country, but everybody can get involved in the pickleball thing. Now, colleges, for example, I'm about to help my alma mater do their first homecoming weekend pickleball tournament. Now this number is about 9 months old. So again, it's old. Over 100 colleges in the country have dedicated pickleball courts now. And the number of colleges that are offering pickleball scholarships climbing like mad.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's really, you think about all the sports out there that took so much time to catch on. And this one seems to have grown like wildfire. I mean, I know it's since 1965, it's 60 years old, but once it started catching on, it really has caught on very, very quickly. So it's pretty incredible.
You're right.
Yeah. So, the book again is Pickleball is Life. Erin, any last words of wisdom for someone, scared to go out there?
Get out there and play. Find a friend who plays. Just ask them if they wouldn't mind taking him out for half an hour. So part of the glad handing of pickleball is, you got to play up and play down. Of course I want to play with somebody who's better than I am, but I'm also going to take out people who don't know how to play, because I want everybody to feel the same joy as I do.
And that's what we need, joy. Thank you, Erin. I really appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you, Andy. Always a pleasure. It's really fun. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends on social media. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcasting app. If you have questions, would like to appear, or have suggestions for topics for the show, get in contact with us through our website, thedealboardpodcast.com.